somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that blast first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. My name is Jay Gaskell, and I'm the principal of McKinney North High School, and I welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the 2018 senior class of McKinney North High School. Before we begin tonight, I ask that we pause for a moment of silence for our students, our staff, and our entire McKinney North community. Thank you. For our seniors and parents, today's ceremony is a culmination of 13 years of great memories, memories that you will hold special for a lifetime. As our graduates close this chapter of their life, I want to ensure that today leaves a lasting impression of success and pride. We want our graduates, their parents, family members, friends, faculty, and staff to embody a sense of accomplishment as each senior walks across the stage to receive their diploma. Throughout the ceremony, ask your help in creating an atmosphere of dignity and respect for all of our graduates. Please refrain from using noisemakers of any kind so that everyone will be able to hear when their graduate's name is called. Your individual celebrations will begin later this evening when your families and friends gather together to share in this great moment. Thank you again for your attendance today, and thank you for helping us in creating an environment where each and every member of the senior class of 2018 may be properly honored. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to introduce our special guests and specific individuals that helped make this day possible. Seated on the stage with me today are our McKinney ISD Board of Trustees, Mr. Curtis Rippey, Mrs. Amy Dankel, Mrs. Stephanie Odell, Mrs. Kathy Livesey, Mrs. Maria McKenzie, Mrs. Lynn Sperry, and Mr. Kenneth Ussery. Also on stage this evening is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rick McDaniel. Our McKinney North Associate Principal of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Paula Kent. In the audience and assisting with graduation today, our Alpha House Principal, Dr. Danny Ledbetter. Alpha House Counselor, Ms. Charlotte Bradley. Beta House Principal, Mr. David Moliere. Counselor, Mrs. Tiffany Murder. Kappa House Principal, Mrs. Keir Burke. Counselor, Ms. Kim Sine. Gamma House Principal, Mr. David Weintraub. Counselor, Mrs. Marcella Davis. Delta House Principal, Mr. Josh Greenwood. And Counselor, Mrs. Deborah Fort. The faculty and staff of McKinney North High School are honored to have had the opportunity to be a part of your graduates' high school career. Many of them are here today and have joined with us in the celebration. If you are a member of the McKinney North faculty or staff, please stand. Thank you. There is one last group that I would like to recognize today, the parents of our graduates that have been an integral part in the success we have achieved at McKinney North High School. The partnership that has been formed is something that many schools only dream of. Your support, encouragement, and dedication are second to none. I've had the great pleasure of getting to know many of you, and I want to personally say how much I have appreciated your passion to make MNHS the very best. If you are a parent of a graduate, please stand at this time. And I would now like to welcome to the podium Miss Annabelle Marchukin, our student body president, for opening remarks.
Good evening. My name is Annabelle Marchukin, and I am your 2017-2018 student body president. I'd like to extend a welcome to families, friends, faculty, administrators, and fellow graduates. Class of 2018, we are about to embark on our last journey together as Bulldogs, and it is an honor to be speaking before you on such a memorable occasion. I'd like to begin by saying that I would never be here today if I didn't develop the courage to step out of my comfort zone. Many of you may not know that throughout my freshman year, I felt very alone and unsure of myself. At the time, I lacked a passion. I was never very athletic or artistic or musically inclined, and I feared that the absence of those qualities would prevent me from fitting in or finding my place. These insecurities overcame my thoughts so often that I considered transferring schools in hopes of finding security in my friend group from the past. But there was one encounter that changed my perspective. An officer of student council asked me if I'd be interested in applying to join the organization. The way she approached me made me feel welcomed and as if I was already a part of something, so I decided to join. I began to invest my time within student council, and over the course of that year, McKinney North became a second home. I started to enjoy attending school. However, the joy that I felt did not often come from the academics or the alarms at 6:30 every weekday. Instead, the joy came from the relationships that flourished over the years, whether it was with the faculty, the administrators, or my friends. McKinney North has always been a family, but after the events that occurred this past week, those words never had more meaning. Last Friday, a tragedy occurred on our campus, and just 2 days later, a small group of students planned a candlelight vigil that inspired hundreds of community members and students to spread kindness and positivity throughout their lives. Rather than focusing on the pain of this tragedy, we gathered together to remember that we need to be the light inside of the darkness. Now, as this chapter closes, all of us are about to go down separate paths. It does not matter whether your path will be to further your education, to go into the workforce, to join the military, or to take time off for yourself. Everyone has the ability to be kind and optimistic. We have the power to raise our awareness by changing our thoughts and actions towards every living thing by choosing to be loving and kind every day. In doing so, we can begin to initiate change to create a more loving world. Be kind to others, smile, open doors for people, give a compliment, ask how someone's day is, or give someone a thoughtful gift. You can be kind to the environment by planting a tree, by recycling, or by being less wasteful. And you can be kind to your animals by showing them your love or by welcoming them into your home. Class of 2018, be assured that this is not the end. It's a platform to move forward with optimism. As Helen Keller once quoted, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." I challenge each and every one of you to stand up for what you believe is right. Use the hope you have for change to empower yourself to build a better life, and use the confidence you gain to validate your voice. Today, as we stand on the brink of our future, we are strong, we are capable, we are supported, and we have the power to choose to believe that we can make our future whatever we desire it to be. Thank you all, and congratulations, Bulldogs. Please stand as our senior choir members and our True North Choir lead us in the national anthem.
Say, can you stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Actually, let us sing the whole rest of the part.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary,
Troubles come in my heart burden
then I am still and waiting in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong.
Strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger.
Each restless heart beats so imperfectly.
But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong.
Strong when I
Seniors of 2018, congratulations. You have done it, and today is your day. You began this journey 13 years ago. Some of you may not believe that. I know that at times it may have seemed like today would never come, but more than likely, your most recent emotions have been a little more anxious waiting on this day to arrive, and now it is here. As I think of today and look at all of you in your graduation regalia, I cannot help but think back to the fall of your 9th grade year. You awkwardly entered the school, as most 9th graders do, a little self-conscious, a little unsure, just trying to find your way from classroom to classroom. But you did it. You found your classes, you figured out the lunch schedule, and along the way, you made some pretty good memories. You have been a part of something very special these last 4 years. Your leadership and dedication have been instrumental in all of our successes that McKinney North has achieved. Members of your class have been offered millions of dollars in both athletic and academic scholarships. Additionally, we had 3 MNHS seniors named as National Merit Finalists. In both the classroom and in your extracurricular activities, your class has not only contributed, but you have led the way to help our school achieve success at high levels. Almost all of our sports teams advanced to post-district play this year, and multiple athletes from your senior class participated at the state level for their individual sports. It was the leadership of you, our senior class, that really made this possible. In fine arts, our choir, orchestra, and band all received outstanding results in their spring UIL competitions. And one of my most happiest moments this year was when the judges at the UIL Choir Sight Reading Concert Competition requested that our all-women's choir sing one of their songs from their stage performance. Some of you may not understand the magnitude of this request, but that is something that rarely ever happens, and you should be proud. Again, it took many to make these accomplishments possible, but the contributions and leadership of the seniors in this group cleared the path for our success. In addition, we had 7 students to perform at Texas Music Educators Association All-State Concert Series, and 1 senior advanced to the state bass competition. Your leadership was also visible in the actions of our student clubs and organizations, because without you, the class of 2018, events like Homecoming Carnival, Mactown Miracles, Jolly Jive, and Dancing Through the Decades would never have been as memorable as you made them. I know that I could go on and on about your accomplishments and achievements. There are many more, and I do not mean to leave any of them out. I am very proud of all of you and all that you have done. Whether it was an individual success or a team effort, an achievement in the field of competition, or just making the best grade you could in one of your toughest classes, I hope you're proud of all that you have done. You have set a mark that I can only hope future senior classes try to exceed. You have all heard the saying, leave it better than you found it, and your class has definitely done that for McKinney North High School. But honestly, those achievements are merely a byproduct of the most impressive characteristics of your senior class. After watching you for 4 years, I've learned many things about you as a collective group. You take care of each other, you watch out for each other, and you truly want the best for those around you. Not only have you made an impact on our school, but also our community. As the principal of McKinney North High School, I can honestly say that there has not been a single time this year when you have been out in the community representing us, and I've received a phone call or an email letting me know that you were not at your best. Instead, every time I received feedback from our community that your leadership and respect for others was very clear. You can take away the medals, awards, scholarships, and all other achievements, and I would still be extremely proud of you and the knowledge you have about the importance of putting your best foot forward. Now, I know that mistakes have been made. I know that many of you have had challenges you had to overcome, and I'm not saying that any of you are perfect, nor am I suggesting you try to be. But like your parents, I always want you to do your best. And I'm stressing to you that if you leave here with one thing, let it be a keen understanding of how to make things a little better for those around you. Because the truth is, as you leave here and go into your own and the real world, the real challenges of life will begin. You will no longer have a sea of orange cheering you on to victory, and you may not always know who to depend on for a smile that will make your day a little less overwhelming. Seniors, you will have to believe in yourself and know that the person you can count on the most is you. I know that you're ready for those challenges. I know it without a doubt. 1 week ago, all of you were impacted by a tragedy that no school should ever have to endure, but we did. And within 24 hours, members of this class stepped to the plate and organized a community vigil to remind us the importance of kindness and positivity. Your efforts started the healing process for hundreds, and you showed courage and compassion and leadership as you returned to school on Monday to lift each other up in unity and bulldog pride. We are better because of you. But your job is not done, Bulldogs. Now is the time for you to go into the real world and make a difference for many others. While there are so many negative influences in our world today, there is still an overwhelming sense of good, and you are that good. So go make a positive difference, be a courageous soul, and remember to leave your next place better than you found it. As I approach the end of this message, I wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. In addition, I would like to share a few of my favorite quotes and offer you a little advice as you embark on the next phase of your life. Dear graduates, I hope that you live so that when your children think of fairness, caring, and integrity, they think of you. I hope that you remember when you want to speak, think first. Is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? If not, let it be left unsaid. And finally, they may not remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. I hope that when you remember your time as a student at McKinney North, you have fond memories of how your school made you feel. I hope that the impact we made on you is felt as strongly as the one you have made on us. I encourage you to take risks, but be safe. Love boldly, but wisely. Find your passion, value honesty, expect greatness, and never forget where you came from. Thank you, and best wishes to all of you. The salutatorian for the senior class of 2018 is Grace Malera. Grace is the daughter of Manuel Malera and Tracy Caruth. Grace is the 2017-2018 drum major, president of the Environmental Association Club, or Ambassadors Club, an AP Scholar with Distinction, an MISD Distinguished Student, and a National Merit Finalist. Grace will study biochemistry at Brown University. Please welcome your salutatorian, Ms. Grace Malera.
Hi, my name is Grace Malera. I am honored to stand in front of you as this year's salutatorian. Being named as the person who performed second best on schoolwork is a great example of how someone can be both a winner and a loser at the same time. At McKinney North, we have incredibly devoted teachers, faculty, and administrators. In light of last Friday, we have all seen how much they love us. On behalf of the class of 2018, I want to say that we love them too. There are no words to capture the gratitude we have for how you have all encouraged greatness in us. And to parents and families here today, we would not have made it this far without the continuous support you have given us. Thank you. Not to be forgotten, I would especially like to thank my fellow graduates for inspiring me and for inspiring each other. There is nothing more motivational than seeing other people your age, your friends, your peers, doing some incredible things inside and outside of the classroom. While we are going to forget much of the science facts and the math formulas we've learned here, well, we've probably already forgotten much of them, we are never going to forget the people we learned them with. This last week has shown us the importance of being there for each other. The loss we have experienced has left us saddened, but not hopeless. I urge you to use your experience to be a positive force for change. We all have the ability to use our minds and our hearts to be of service to others. Graduates, most of us are 18 or will very soon be 18. Go vote. If you remember one thing from what I have said today, remember to be a voter. Our next major election is November 6th, midterms. Many of us will be at college during this time. Whether or not you'll be in Texas or another state, you can still vote. You could be living in Antarctica and you could probably still find a way to vote. The people that make the policies and the laws that are important to us are people we elect. The future is built upon the seeds of integrity and empathy that we start to plant today. There are some people that say high school was the best 4 years of their life, but I think that's pretty lame. I do not think that statement will be true for any of the graduates here today. Although the growth we have experienced at McKinney North has truly been invaluable, there are only bigger and better things ahead for the McKinney North class of 2018.
The valedictorian of the senior class of 2018 is Miss Samantha Miller. Samantha is the daughter of Adam and Gwen Miller. Samantha qualified for state base for 2 years, a member of the National Art Honor Society, earned a Green Cord all 4 years, AP Scholar with distinction, president of the Dallas Symphony Orchestra Teen Council, a National Merit Finalist, and a MISD Distinguished Student. Samantha will study microbiology and graphic design this fall at Brigham Young University. Please welcome our valedictorian, Miss Samantha Miller.
To the class of 2018, I have some news that will either be a huge relief or a big disappointment. The grades we've slaved over for the past 4 years no longer matter, or at least they don't matter in the way we might want them to. The nagging voice in the back of our heads saying that the solution to a particular trigonometry problem didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, that voice was right. The feeling that it didn't matter whether we could write a DBQ or knew what molar mass was, or even if we could use all of Newton's laws, that feeling was also right. Although this kind of knowledge can be useful, it cannot, by itself, bring real joy. As Simone Weil said, although people seem to be unaware of it today, the development of the faculty of attention forms the real object and almost the sole interest of our studies. Most school tasks have a certain intrinsic interest as well, but such interest is secondary. Simply put, when it comes to experiencing joy, our studies aren't about facts or grades. When it comes to finding joy, what matters most is the capacity for attention that we developed while doing the work. So although completing a worksheet won't impact our ultimate happiness, the effort and attention we put into finding that solution can. Learning to pay attention means not falling asleep or scrolling through Snapchat during a monotonous lecture, even though we all know how tempting that can be. Learning to pay attention means learning not how to get stuck in our own heads, worried and distracted. Instead, we develop our ability to pay attention as we work towards solutions single-mindedly. And this is especially true when it comes to paying attention to what we most want to look away from, our own failures. Learning from our mistakes, even on something as simple as a quiz, can help us develop humility and patience. And humility, patience, and the ability to pay attention are keys to overcoming our larger failures, and in the end, they are the key to connecting with other people. School teaches us how to pay attention, and paying attention teaches us how to love. Then, capable of love and striving to pay attention to something both deeper and truer than ourselves, we can find joy for both ourselves and others. Developing our ability to pay attention should become the ultimate goal in all of our pursuits and studies, however trivial they may seem, because through this attention, we will find the things in life that are not trivial at all. And all of this is difficult. It's counterintuitive. You may have even found your own attention slipping away in the past few minutes from these very words. But luckily, whether we've realized it or not, our graduation today means that we've come one step closer to developing this kind of attention. The countless hours we put into tests, Presentations, quizzes have been the start of learning how to focus on what is meaningful. The solutions so neatly blocked out on a Scantron are good practice for paying attention to the people who mean the most to us. Our families, our teachers, our mentors, and our friends. So although our grades don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, the time we devoted to them does. And as we continue to devote ourselves to paying attention to what matters most, we will find not only short-term happiness, but long-term joy. As Paul wrote in his first letter to the Corinthians, quote, "If I know all the mysteries and have all the knowledge, and if I have all faith of such a sort as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing." Knowledge depends on love, and love depends on the ability to pay attention. So class of 2018, if we've learned anything from all these worksheets and essays and math problems, hopefully we've learned something about how to love. Thank you.
Dr. McDaniel, members of the McKinney ISD Board of Trustees, I verify that the students of the class of 2018 seated before you have all met the requirements mandated by the state of Texas for participation in this ceremony. I present to you the class of 2018.
Well, good evening, McKinney North Bulldogs. You know, as superintendent, I am extremely proud of all three of our high schools. And I have watched you throughout this year, and I must say that I'm extremely proud of all that you've been able to accomplish. As I've observed you and our community over the last week, I've grown even more proud of what you represent. Today, I'm actually more proud in the sense that you've finished this long journey that you started 13 years ago. According to your principal, you've met all of the requirements to graduate. So it is my distinct pleasure to announce you the class of 2018 official graduates. Congratulations.
Patience. Valedictorian, Samantha Grace Miller. Salutatorian, Grace Catherine Malera. Kaylee Marie Chapman. Ashby Guillory. Catherine Grace Thompson. Delaney Patricia Gohan. Brendan Patrick Corcoran. Taryn Celeste Lackey. Rakeem Hirji. Alexandra Villalon. Jeffrey Michael Whitehead. Chibiki Chichi Odo. Addison Janae Larkin. Cesar Eduardo Gonzalez Garcia. Amelia Gail Lemons. Grayson Edward Story. Jessica Taylor Leffel. Brooke Rose Brewer. Juliana Elise Pena. Aubrey Elaine Ferris. Joseph Kelly Carson. Scott Allen Biggio. Sophia Michelle Blaskovich. Grant Maurice Herod. Shalise Marie Lovell. Gabrielle Francesca DeMarco. Bea Michelle McCain. Jessie Viviana Zaruma. Maddie Yanez. Madeline Claire Lanciani. Michelle Vuong. Brayton Danae Romero. Jamie Lynn Murph. Peyton Bryce D'Onofrio. Alyssa Bailey Brown. Anna Sophia Vargas. Robin Emily Hines. Grace Noel Magruder. Daphne Margaret Simo. Alexa Samantha Gass. Marissa Encina. Brianna Nicole Purser. Ella Geneva Block. Annabelle Marchugan. Lauren Elizabeth Carey. Sophia Klebos. Grace Eek. Caitlin Elizabeth Coleman. Bryce Taylor Schroeder. And Tyler Stephen Dorset. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 10%. Allison Kate Abraham. Cynthia Patricia Aguilar. Fernando Aguilera. Tyler Anthony Alborn. Jawan Marquise Ames. Avery Tate Albrecht. Tabius Devon Alexander. Dolores Christina Allen. Jessica Joanne Altenhofen. Jacqueline De Santiago Alvaredo. Jason Luis Alvarez. Brody Jacob Anderson. Roy Parker Andrews. Francisco Aguiano Meza. Eva Onagaro. Natalie Elaine Atterbury. Nicholas Seth Atterbury. Noah James Aubane. Crystal Cheyenne Austin. Jacoby Avery. Luis Valentino Avila. Mohammed Sharik Azim. Bailey Ann Babacule. Garrett James Babin. Connor Dre Bagshaw. Jonathan Odell Ballou. Maya Lee Barker. Adrian Barrera. Jaden Bates. Jalen Imani Gianna Bates. Brooke Beard. Alexis Ann Benavides. Ashton Drew Bennett. Drew Bennett Moss. Adam Robert Blanchet. Timothy Tyrell Blaylock. Caden Drew Bonds. Anaya Deanna Booker. Jalen Jamar Booker. Gabrielle Grace Bordelon. Giancarlo Borjas Diaz. Emilio Bortone. Joshua True Boyce. Jasmine Lene Boyd. Gabrielle Rebecca Boyer. Jacob Matthew Bradley. Parker Michael Brame. Morgan Page Bryce. Christian Briley. Trevor Daniel Brock. Zoe Marie Broom. Kayvon Antonio Brown. Kevin Michael Brown. Tarek Jerome Brown. Colin Thomas Burford. Jesse Caroline Burnett. Laura Nicole Burns. Isaiah Michael Bushnell. Madison K. Cacciatore. Josephine Bridget Cameron Kozlik. Morelli Kami. Noah Jeffrey Campion. Michael Allen Carr. Alexis Dominique Carson. Ariana Antoinette Darche Carter. Brittany Desiree Caceres. Tariq Nassim Lashandre Kashmir. Michaela Renee Castleberry. Annalise Cathy. Benjamin Mark Colley. Jonathan Scott Chancellor. Jalynn Denise Chapa. Gareth Chatham. Melissa Catherine Chavis. Kaylee Marie Chapman. Connor Franklin Collette. Andrew Scott Cohen. Jemiah Collins. Nathan Colon. Megan Michelle Conrad. Patrick Conway. Chelsea Monique Cooper. Jekiah Tashawn Cooper. Aiden Alexander Coral. Daniel Jacob Coral. Cameron Alexandra Corbin. Christopher Craig Jr. Cedric Crittenden. Zion Crittenden. Jose Carmen Cuevas. Abigail Marie Cullens. Madeline Jean Cunningham. Leah Alexis Curry. Rahel Ciara Curry. Anna Lynn Daleabout. Nathan Daly. Landry Davis Dartez. Samantha Davia. Julia Renee Davis. Lee Elizabeth Davis. Eternity Faith DeLuna. Lila Renee Dean. Rocco Christian DeFelice. Zakedric Dewan Denson. Thierno Diallo. Diza Amparo Diaz. Jesus Manuel Diaz Biriel. Blessing Dim. Kevin DeMarco. Alexandra Page Dixon. Austin Charles Dodd. Nicholas Dominique. Rishi Dulab. Benjamin James Doty. Parker Douglas. Jessica Renee Dozier. Dylan Wade Dunn. Tariana Jashay Dunn. Kevin Wayne Dunn. Christina Duong. Shaniqua Edwards. Muhammad Al-Ruf El-Sel. Dakota English. Jacob Isaac Escamilla. Keegan Earl Escamilla. Tyler Quinn Esparza. Thomas Jacobs Eubanks. Rylan Evans. Laura Stephanie Farias. Jalen Alexander Favors. Jose Armando Figueroa. Sergio Camillo Figueroa. Abigail Lynn Fink. Kendall Jordan Finney. Morgan Alexis Finney. Addison Isabella Flores. Edgar Emmanuel Flores Rubio. Emily Nicole Foran. Zachary Thomas Frazier. Melanie Ruth Furman. Ethan Eldeberto Garbin. Gerardo Garcia. Lisbeth Garcia. Madison Garcia. Danielle Kialani Garciano. Lindsay Alyssa Garner. Robert Samuel Garza. Casey Gatlin. Jack Martin G. Marissa Nicole Gare. Allison Haley Gibbons. Mitchell David Gifford. Michael Daniel Garon Jr. Kyle Wayne Glass. Ariana Aaliyah Gomez. Carissa Gomez. Angela Teresa Gonzalez. Haley Nicole Gonzalez. Denison Javier Gonzalez Cartagena. Karina Gonzalez Teo. Kayla Joanne Gorham. Philip Santana Gouliart. Matthew Saunders Gowan. Lauren Elizabeth Graham. Jalen Rianye Grant. Emma Lauren Gray. Tamara Monique Gray. Kaylee Nicole Grizzle. Anthony Michael Guerra. Luis Daniel Guerrero Cruz. Ashby Kane Guillory. Caroline Grace Gustafson. Andrew Lane Hare. Zane Jameson Hall. Jacob Gregory Hamill. Chase Allen Hamilton. Jeffrey Scott Hammer II. Matthew Gage Hancock. Brandon Michael Hanley. Bradley Michael Harris. Kiasha Harrison. Sierra Charmaine Harrison. Alexis Harry. Kylie Hart. Brett Hartland. Amaya Hastings. Devin Danye Hatter. Shonda Ray Hawkins. Deontay Ishad Hawthorne Jones. Mark Allen Heyman. David Samuel Heath. William Tarveras Henderson II. Daniel Joseph Hennessy. Savannah Joe Henry. Julie Elise Hernandez. Carla Daniela Hernandez. Manuel Alejandro Hernandez. Marissa Ana Hernandez. Hannah Mercedes Herrera. Allison Marie Hicks. Zachary Blake Hicks. Larissa Rose Hill. Renee Danielle Holcomb. Alexandra Marie Holmes. Emily Pearl Hosch. Allison Nicole Huber. Lauren Nicole Huck. Kayla Margaret Hughes. Taryn Foster Houston. Juliana Lisbeth Eastless. Calissa Malia Jackson. Rochelle Maria Jackson. Tony Aubrey Jackson. Sarah Grace Jacoby. Jonathan Michael Jennings. Nicholas David Jennings. Tanner Keith Johns. Daniel Jamal Johnson. Kevon Tyrell Johnson. Taj Johnson. Tatiana Johnson. Bailey Ann Johnston. Ilana Alexis Jones. Caleb Emmanuel Jones. Kashana Monet Jones. Pierce Scott Jones. Christian Don Kelly. Taylor Ann Kelsey. Gabrielle Kempf. Hannah Paige Kerr. Kianush Scott Kamesi. Laureen Agnes Mukame Kiyama. Ashley Victoria King. Grace Dawn Kirkness. Fabian Kiros. Hunter James Knight. Trinity Ashley Canings. Dylan Scott Culp. Ashlyn Danielle Kupretic. Thomas Philip LaCroix. Layla Awadi. Ethan Reed Lavon. Grant David Lake. Christopher Brandon Lane. Alina Danielle Lanio. Victoria Catherine Law. Lydia Rose Lazar. Matthew Joseph LeBlanc. Ladarian Marquez Lee. Thomas Daniel Lee. Josiah Hayes Leeper. Macy Adair Lemons. Giselle Longoria. Miriam Longoria. Carlos Enrique Lopez. Christian Eduardo Lopez. Daniel Chance Lopez. Desiree Marie Lopez. Marciana Ray Lopez. Moses Lopez Villanueva. Elizabeth Marie Love. Haley Christian Lois. Fernando Lozano Garcia. Lamar Michael Lucas Jr. Callie Lauren Lustig. Brandon Dion Mack. Mariah Alexis Manny. Stephanie Renee Mansour. Brianna Nicole Marquez. Cariana Marshall. Cody Wayne Martin. Janaya Linnell Martin. Jared Martin. John Kyle Martin. Mitchell Brian Martin. Trevor Adam Martineau. Allie Morgan Martinez. Yer Martinez. Wendy Martinez Pacheco. Owen Jamarcus Marzette V. Charles Hunter Mock. Kyle Grant Maher. Carson Wheeler McAllister. Jared Drew McLean. Skylar Janice McDonald. Jacob Kane McGee. Samantha Catherine McGuire. Albany Cheyenne McReynolds. Jackson Allen Meek. Zoe Sky Mendoza. Elizabeth Darlene Mendoza. Jesus Eduardo Mercado. Nicole Christine Morgott. Jacob Matthew Mayuchi. Ashley Nicole Machalik. Derek Eugene Mills Jr. Jonathan De La Osa Michelorena. Andrew James Moats. Stephanie Alexis Montgomery. Stephen Alexander Montgomery. April Arlene Montoya. Omar Eduardo Montoya. Emmanuel Dante Moore. Kaylee Jordan Moore. Logan Elizabeth Morrison. Alexander Luis Moser. Mylan Devin Mosley. Nicholas Day Mullenix. Misha Munoz. Dominique Rochelle Murphy. Kevin Moengi. Caitlin Nicole Myers. Shavak Nazir. Ashley Indorito. Koa Trin Wynn. Derek Justin Nicholas. Kevin Jarogi. Elijah Preston Norris. Kenneth Brody Norris. Tania Chantel Norris. Sarah Claire Norton. Lauren Taylor O'Connell. Dominique Martin O'Donnell. Emmanuel Okoreki. Kylie Owens. Tobian Rashad Owens. Brianna Sharice Pace. Elizabeth Ann Padilla. Pablo Palos. Cade Austin Paradis. Rosa Patino. Sharia Patterson. Javon Pearson. Jackson Vernon Pegram. Christian Perales. Eliza Perez. Skylar Delaney Perkins. Lindsay Marie Perry. Rajon Malik Perry. Alyssa Pham. Melissa Pham. Josiah Trayvon Phillips. Jessica Pineda. Dave Pingay. Adrian Latrice Pinkston. Alyssa Renee Pippin. Asia Anaya Poole. Jack Thomas Powell. Noah Edward Powell. Lauren Madison Pricer. Sheree LaShawn Pullum. Tristan Purcell. Trinity Purcell. Matthew Pursley. Adriana Lee Quillen. Addie Rabati. Trevor Rabenalt. Scott Raymond. Alexandria Julia Ray. Morgan Reckridge. Alexis Ream. Matthew David Rendon. Jennifer Reyes. Jacob Reynolds. Kiana Nicole Reynolds. Isaiah Richard. Micaela Rico. Emma Renee Rincon. Nicholas Charles Ranella. Carson Luke Ritchie. Isabella Ruth Rivera. Vincent Ivan Rivera. Jeremy Rivera. Devin Rivers. Graciana Nicole Robertson. Logan Brock Robinson. Brandon Gregory Rodarte. Andy Ismael Rodriguez. Riley Rodriguez. Trey Rodriguez. Juan Daniel Rodriguez Espinoza. Javier Romero. Caven Dean Rosenbaum. Julie Annalise Rousey. Ronnie Rowland. Zachariah Ruida. Elliot Rundle. Charles St. Pay. James Fred Salzman. Kirby Marie Sanchez. Mary Therese Sarife. Noah William Sattel. Keelan Satterwhite. Kyrie Sauceda. Grace Schweiger. Naya Scott. Tyler Allen Simmons. Isabella Serrano. Lauren Sewell. Luke Schamberger. Soumya Sharma. Keelan Shelton. TJ Shepard. Ryan Sims. Claire Elizabeth Smith. John Richmond Smith. Joshua Smith. Samantha Fielding Solomon. Rachel Spann. Craig Sterling Jr. Parker Reese Stetson. Andrew Stout. Haley Grace Stull. Jordan Sullivan. Preston Allen Sullivan. Thomas Chase Sullivan. Lauren Sutton. Brianna Kaling Tam. Aaron Tanksley. Daniel Tate. Abigail Drew Taylor. Derek Cole Taylor III. Haven Bryn Taylor. Sammy Luis Terhar. Victor Ty. Isabel Perry. Brittany Nicole Thomas. Deyanira Torres. Jonathan Torres. Humberto Torres Gonzalez. Gladys Victoria Trocher. Brianna Nicole Turner. Eric Tuttle. Chikotili Ogwanze. Harrison Houston. Nyla Valbrun. Jasmine Kea Valverde. Jared Charles Vandestieg. Carla Vargas Eccles. Kyle David Joseph Varner. Amy Lou Garcia Vasquez. Kaylee Marie Vinsel. Seth Daniel Vierge. Carly Marlena Villanueva. Marco Guadalupe Villanueva Juan Diego. Brianna Lee Viramontes. Justin Vorndran. Chandler Voth. Keelan Vu. Victoria Alexis Wagner. David Wagner. Keon Walker. Elizabeth Warren. Rebecca Kathy Rohr. Dylan Weintraub. Landon Reed Wellborn. Carson Welch. Emma Elise Westenbrook. Haley White. Mackenzie Blair White. Jessica Lee Whiting. Haley Virginia Weiss. Micah Wilkin. Joshua Williams. Josh T. Williams. Mark Williams. Brooklyn Haley Wilson. Haley Marie Wilson. Noelle Nicole Wood. Morgan Woodall. Trent Madden Yarbrough. Francisco Ilan Ibarra. Blake Anderson Young. Casey Nichelle Young. Sophia Margaret Zatut. And Ruaya Adalberto Zamora. Ladies and gentlemen, the McKinney North High School class of 2018. Which is smart of her.
Two cards at one time. It was after that, but I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. I wouldn't. I was going by that instead of looking at that.
We got it.
Yeah. That was the only hiccup.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't ruin anybody's walk.
Good evening, class of 2018, family, friends, and faculty who are among the various well-wishers in the crowd. My name is Daphne Simo, and I am McKinney North High School's senior class treasurer. On behalf of my fellow students, I am honored to present the class of 2018's class gift and touch briefly on what we have accomplished together these past few years of our lives. As students of McKinney North, we have had the opportunity to be surrounded by impeccable teachers, coaches, staff, and other notable individuals that have guided us on the path to success for these last 4 years. They have instilled in us the confidence, ingenuity, and motivation necessary to ensure we were equipped for the journey that awaits us after we leave high school. Class of 2018, we have anticipated this moment for 4 years, and others even longer, and now it is finally here. In a matter of moments, we will begin the next stage of our lives. However, let us not forget the friendships, football games, challenges, and the successes we had. while also holding on to the impact that McKinney North High School has made on all of us. I am proud to announce that McKinney North's class of 2018 has raised over $24,000, providing funds for prom, senior parking spots, which decorated our student parking lot with our bulldog orange and blue, and school improvements that greatly enhanced the beauty of our school. On this night of celebration, we should be reminded of how unique the class of 2018 is. We are the most culturally diverse class to ever set foot in McKinney North High School. Our student involvement in the multitude of clubs and activities on campus enabled us to create friendships full of understanding and welcome us with opportunities to embrace each of our differences. Class of 2018, may we continue to use this as a model to demonstrate to others that our differences are not meant to divide, but instead bring us together to produce wonderful achievements. In acknowledging the differences amongst us, may we not forget the tragic events that took place at our very own school last Friday and unfortunately defined our last few days as seniors at McKinney North. There is no silver lining to tragedy, nothing to embrace in the pain we have experienced. But tragedy forces us to be our best selves, to come together as a community and seek to create the positive change we desperately need in today's world. On behalf of Class of 2018, we would personally like to thank our SROs, Officer Bailey and Officer Fernandez, by honoring them with a plaque and an array of gifts for their immense bravery that day. I now have the privilege of presenting the Class of 2018's gift. This year, our class has decided that we will be returning around $2,000 to McKinney North High School. With such a diverse class like our own, the senior class wished to use the remainder of our money on various aspects of our school. With this money, we will enhance our school with a beautiful mural as a way to artistically represent the love, unified spirit, and resilience our Bulldog community has as a whole. Furthermore, we have decided to allocate $300 to the Special Needs Department of McKinney North. This will provide our students with the tools needed for them to succeed. We hope that our gifts will become a lasting part of our legacy and exemplify the true spirit of what it means to be a Bulldog. And finally, thank you, our families, for guiding and supporting us, encouraging, teaching, and tolerating us. But most importantly, loving us. We would not be where we are today without you. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, faculty, administration, and fellow graduates. My name is Ashby Guillory, and I am the senior class vice president here at McKinney North. Grads, our years at North have been short but well spent. We matured together and created many lasting memories. We spent countless hours enduring study sessions, lectures, practices, games, and much more. The unity through our community created an indescribable harmony of compassionate solidarity and alliance that will not be replicated. We have become acclimated to our environment of support, love, and help. However, the separation of our diverging paths begins today. After today, communication will start to fade away, friends will move on, and the people you've been experiencing life with for the past 4+ years will slowly start to dissolve. The consistent comfort of your current peers, family, and faculty will be removed, and your life will now be predominantly dependent upon yourself. For the first time in many of your lives, you will be on your own. However, this is not to remain permanent or to raise cause for concern. For the base of your motivation, sympathy, and platform for all good-willed, contributive human emotions will remain attendant. This base and platform is a cornerstone of trust. For years, the human race has been pushed and wheeled by the pivoting trust we hold in each other. And as a progressive people, we depend upon community. The serpent of pride will tell you that community is useless and you are the sole force who will face the trials that await you. However, it is foolish to believe that one can rage into adversity by their own weak will. We need arms to hold us when we falter. So find a new community once you leave here. Try to replicate what we have here at McKinney North. Much of our future is dependent upon our community and the influences it will bring us, so choose sensibly who you create your future with. Where we search and find this trust, though, is up to us. Wherever you go or end up, understand that your community is a major factor in not only how you get there, but the manner in which you get there. Choose to walk among the wise. Find people that will diligently encourage you, protect you, and guide you. Find those whose trust is tacit and questioning is unnecessary. Find the right community, but become a member of your world that fosters traits of compassion and love. Create the community for others that you wish to thrive in, for trust in others is as important as trust and assurance in yourself. Develop an appreciation for the balance of fortitude and trust. Revel in your accomplishments and encourage the progress and triumphs of others, as these contributions to your collective community will aid in the progress of our society. So graduates, wherever you go, whether it's to be a bear, a longhorn, a raider, an ag, a soldier, a worker, to travel, or however you take on the world, find comfort in the discomfort of your new setting. Don't be afraid to advance to a new foreign world, but celebrate the development of yourself through change. Embrace a world that is not tailored for you and advance as a group, for you cannot fall when someone is always pulling you up. Encourage, advance, create, and collaborate. Class of 2018, this is our time. Thank you, good luck, and walk tall.
Good evening. My name is Kaylee Chapman, and it is my honor to be McKinney North's 2017-2018 Senior Class President. I would first like to begin by thanking my parents for always supporting me, my friends and teammates, for they gave me an amazing 4 years I will never forget and memories I will cherish forever. My teachers for inspiring me every day to learn new things, and lastly, the administrators for all the hard work they do for our school. While I was contemplating on what to write for a graduation speech, I ran into a predicament. How am I supposed to encourage and tell my peers about life beyond high school when I don't even know myself? So, I'd like us to think about how just 4 years ago, we walked into McKinney North High School as freshmen, scared and not knowing what the future might hold. 4 years later, we are walking out of McKinney North for the last time, still not knowing what is to come in this next chapter of our lives. And that is okay. One thing I do know is how much change, growth, and memories we have experienced during our time here. Take advantage of your high school experience and allow it to push you, to not be scared of what the future holds, to be hopeful and proud of who you will become, and to not hold back. I am not standing before you to tell you how your future is going to turn out, because that is for you to determine. It may be scary looking forward, and that is okay, for we have our whole lives ahead of us to figure it all out. Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards." So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life. I now have the distinguished honor of leading my fellow classmates in the ceremonial turning of the tassel. So class of 2018, please stand. You may now move your tassels from right to left to commemorate our transition from McKinney North High School students into McKinney North High School graduates. And remember, all together we'll endeavor toward our future, one forever. Thank you.
You may be seated, graduates. I want to congratulate you on an awesome high school career. It is with mixed emotions that we say goodbye, because just think, you are no longer a McKinney North High School, but a graduate ready to take on the next step in your life. There is no doubt that you have the ability to be successful. The last 4 years, you've been guided by our school motto, our best is the least we can do, with integrity, passion, and purpose. No excuses. The success you have brought to our school shows you clearly understood this motto and used it as a guiding force for your high school career. I encourage you to take this meaning of the motto with you all throughout your future. In addition, I have one final piece of advice for you. Do not forget your parents and your loved ones, as they have been here for you and will continue to be there for you. So be sure that they know how much you love them, and do not hesitate to tell them, and tell them often, because it's never too late to say I love you and thank you to those that have made the most for you through your high school career. As you leave here today, you will not be released by a bell. Your days of being a high school student have come to an end. I'm excited for each of you and every one of you and your new opportunities and adventures and challenges that lie ahead. How you go down your path is up to you. The choice is yours. I hope you stand tall and firm in the things you know to be true. I promise you will never regret when you make decisions in this fashion. Our ceremony has come to an end, and soon your celebrations will begin. Congratulations, Bulldogs. You did it.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and fellow McKinney North graduates. My name is Annalise Cathy, and I am the senior class secretary. Today, I have the great honor of leading you in the alma mater. Our alma mater is something we have recited countless times for the past 4 years. Throughout our high school experience, we sang our song, joined by Pinkies, Proud to Bleed Orange and Blue. The words that compose our alma mater ring true for us today as we go on to pursue future paths in the careers which we will love. Faith, hope, courage, honor, strength, and loyalty describe our high school experience pretty well. Strength, hope, and courage to persevere through sleepless nights to finish papers, projects, and homework. Faith in the future, honor in McKinney North, and loyalty to each other. As the song so clearly says, all together we'll endeavor toward our future, one forever. Despite where our paths take us, one thing will never change. We are Bulldogs and will always have our alma mater to unite us as one. We will forever carry the memories we made, the experiences we shared, and the pride we have for McKinney North High School. With that in mind, will the class of 2018 please stand and join Pinkies one last time for our alma mater? Audience members, we ask you to please stay seated until all graduates have exited the arena. Thank you.